Hey everybody in YouTube land, my name is Mike Fisher and I'm a custom goalie mask painter, and I decided this year that I would like to start putting up videos on YouTube of my work and my business and bring you guys along with me. This is the first one I've done, so most certainly they'll get better as I go. I appreciate everybody watching. I know that I do pretty well on the social media under Maxflo Industries. I figured I'd just take it up a step and start doing something that's a little bit more thorough. So everything you're about to see, I filmed during this 1 week. I'm going to try to do an episode every Sunday. We'll see how that goes. I just want to kind of do like a weekly vlog. And if you guys are interested in what I do and my custom goalie mask business, you can follow along weekly as I post these things up. So here you go. Here's what I did for this first week. Again, it's going to get better as I go, but this is episode 1. Here's a quick overview of my shop. My name is Mike Fisher, and I have been a professional artist for all of my adult life. And I have been a custom goalie mask painter for the last 12 or 13 years. And this is my art studio. And these are all the various masks I have in production. We'll talk about this guy in a minute. This is the nightmare mess. And I will go into the mess also here in a minute. But yeah, this is the shop, storage stuff and the compressor and the plotter and the supply closet, computer. Not a bad setup, like 400 square feet. This is my airbrush setup. Currently down a couple that need to be repaired or cleaned, but typically I run 7 and this TR, Iwata TR. These are all candy urethane paints. It's kind of a mess in here, which I'll explain. So the situation with the mess is that last year, exactly a year ago, I had hip replacement surgery, and I have had complications all year in 2025, and I had no ability to work for very long. The shop ended up becoming a total mess. I mean, look at all those unfiled Hot Wheels. Give me a break. So part of this whole journey here with this YouTube is to, watch my year while I rebuild my business and rebuild my shop. And, I have to build a new spray booth. Out in this shed is where I do my clear coat. I have to build a new spray booth out there. I have to clean this entire place. A lot of stuff's got to go up in the crawl space because this is unacceptable. I'm a neat, tidy person. I like my workspace to be neat and tidy, and it's not going to cut it. So yeah, come on my journey, the year-long journey of rebuilding this whole business and shop. Okay, so the first mask that is going to be featured on this channel is this beautiful Pro's Choice. The paint on this is really cool. I don't know who painted it initially, but I will be repainting it for a long-standing customer who gets a lot of work done by me over the years. Probably 6-7 masks from that customer. So the first part of any goalie mask project is the digital mock-up. My customers send me their ideas, and then I take them and turn them into a piece of digital art that I will then use as a guide for painting the actual mask. Sometimes they don't have an idea and I come up with it completely. This customer in particular is always really good about just giving me some basic themes. His nickname's Captain Crunch, so we typically try to get some Captain Crunch reference. This one we wanted to go with that kind of an 80s neon theme. So this is the mock-up that I'll work from. And from Photoshop, I will come over here, load it in, and then I will build all the vector art that will be used as a stencil for paint mask. And This is the most time consuming portion of the whole thing, is actually building all of these stencils. It's to do it right and to make it look nice, it takes some time for sure. Also this week, I'm wrapping up this mask with the Nerds candy monsters all over it. This is a fun one to paint. I just need to do the center sections and the name on the chin and the back plate. I think my goal for this year is to try to get 2 masks done per week. And I'm gonna try to document the process on each of these for you guys on the channel. I think it'll be cool, like, you know, you get to see the start and you get to see how things turn out. I'm not sure exactly how I'm gonna format this channel yet, in terms of, like, you know, how much am I gonna show you every week of whatever it is I'm doing. But I'll probably put out some shorts during the week that'll show some process stuff. But my goal is to, like, be able to film and show 2 completed masks and then whatever else I did during the week, you know, in terms of cleaning or rebuilding the shop. So yeah, stick around for the ride. Yeah, I built this temporary spray booth off of a guy. I found some plans on YouTube, some 3D printed parts that were printed by my son-in-law. And then the hosing goes, you know, I don't like to work in a noisy environment, so the fan is really kind of an issue. So I keep the fan all the way over here, and then run this out the doggy door. This is a nightmare. This is a mess, and I don't like how this is set up. But about halfway through the year, I realized that my setup used to be over here, and it wasn't really working for me because I could not get to my toy shelf. So I just hastily set this up. But yeah, all this needs to be cleaned up and made way better. And I don't know if that means that I reorganize the shop so that the painting booth is back over here. I will need to get a new compressor this year. This thing's finally on its last legs. And I probably will replace with a similar, because this thing is super quiet. I've had California Air Tools compressors for years now, and they're great. But wondering if I get a small compressor for just the indoor airbrush setup, because I can get a quieter one and run it like that. Or if I get another big dog, even bigger dog maybe, and stick it out behind this wall and run the hoses back in through so that the compressor is not inside the shop. And if I do that and I move the setup over here, I think that makes the most sense. Also in the shop this week is this mask that is going to the Culver Academy. I just have a little overspray in a couple spots that I need to clean up, but this one's about done. It's a nice and clean looking design, kind of collegiate, which works for the prep school, high school hockey crowd. And yeah, great mask from Mass Marvel. It's an assault model. I do a lot of work with Mass Marvel. Great company, good people over there. Okay, so we started this week with this mask being plain white, and this is where we ended up with it. The Captain Crunch 80s style Captain Crunch design. This customer has done so many masks with me. He's such a good customer. I love him to death. Good guy, great customer. Here's the back plate. We got a reference to his dog. Let me get better light on that. Got reference to his dog, Barzy, who I painted on other masks for him. He just had a baby daughter named Eliana Gray. Congratulations, Ryan, on that. And he always likes to have an owl somewhere on his mask. So added the owl, tied everything in with the night sky and the lightning bolts for this back plate. I know, look at this place. It's like it's Goalie Mask City around here. I showed you all this before earlier. So this one's wrapped up and ready to go back to him. It turned out really cool. I'm really happy with this. This is a Pro's Choice mask. It's currently one of, if not the best mask you can get for your money. They're custom molded to your head. This thing is an absolute tank, and really always a joy to paint them. I wish I had been filming this stuff when I was doing my I did a Pixar Cars mask, and I wish I had video of that to put in here because it was also Pro's Choice. But yeah, fun time on this one. Wrapped it up. It's ready to ship out tomorrow. Moving on. All right, everybody, that is a wrap on week number 1 of sharing my workflow and how I run my business and all the cool, fun stuff that I do and all of the not so cool and fun stuff I do, like sanding and taping. But as you can see, this job it's got a lot of different parts, and it's always something different because every design is different. Primarily, over the course of doing this, you'll see there are some things that I paint over and over again because either they're classic or they're affordable. And that's a big thing, is trying to make sure that everybody gets a paint job that they can afford, and that is what they want. It's a combination of the two things. So anyway, that's week 1. I'll be filming again this week. I know that I missed parts this week of the actual painting process, but I was so sometimes I get so involved in actually painting that I don't remember to film things. I'll get better at it, like I said in the intro, and I'll try to definitely video some actual painting this week. This week was a lot more of like the initial process before I get to painting. You watched, you saw it. All right, man, I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good week. Later.